Give me 1 second, y'all. We're going to do a little walk and talk. A little walk and talk on this Sunday night. All right, y'all ready? I'm going to go to where the lighting's a little bit better at the park over here because, damn, my voice. I got this thing set up on when I go mobile live. You could like send, I think they're called rubies or whatever. And you get like so many for free. If you've never got them before, I think they give you like 50 for free or some shit. I don't really know too much about it, but it's like silly shit like when you see on the TikTok lives where you can put like sunglasses and shit and hats on my head and all that type of stuff. So we'll go over here where the lighting's better. Let you guys figure that out. I guess it would be somewhere down there by the donation button. It should look different than normal. It's called like rubies, or I don't know. I think YouTube's trying to compete with TikTok or whatever. But man, it didn't take long, man. 2026, a tragedy pimp almost got their ass kicked. Holy shit! Holy shit! I was crossing my fingers, my knees, my arms, my nuts. But the dude didn't swing on him. Almost happened though. Almost happened. And rightly so. And rightly so. Could you imagine going live talking about, look, there goes the missing child, and the child's deceased. The balls on these tragedy pimps, man, it's getting out of control, people. It's getting out of control. We're gonna see it one day. I'm telling you now, we are going to see one of these tragedy pimps get their ass all the way. They're going to get folded on one of their own lives one day. I promise you. I seen it with my own eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, unfortunately, the only thing I have in common with Dolly Vision is we both knew Andra. The difference is I didn't pork her. Fuck them pancakes. But before I knew she was a tragedy pimp and Molly Golightly, you know, coming over from the prison community, I didn't know what they were all about. And being out there in the Petito case, man, I'll tell you, any of my OGs know, these people, Jonathan, he's gonna get his ass kicked. He's gonna get his ass kicked too. I promise that. He's a straight weenie boy, straight soft weenie boy, soft as cotton, straight bitch made. And if you just watch the lives in the Petito case, you see like people running up on Molly and running up on Andra. If it wasn't for me, they'd have went up through there, man. I had to stop like 4 or 5 situations. You know what I'm saying? But with Dolly, that was some disturbing shit. I post on my community wall. Lippy made a good video about it. And this dude is streaming, and he's like, oh, there goes the missing child with the mom. And he's talking about, you know, I'll bet my left nut on it. I bet my left leg on it, all this weird shit. And then you hear in the background the dude, he's like, hey, man, shut that shit off. Shut your bitch ass up. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. They didn't find the kid. And then come to find out the child was deceased. That is. And then what's this dude do? He slips it on old top quality members. $130 to watch that. That's when you know that's when you know you've fucked up. When you know what I'm saying, when you try to hide the shit. And you know he feels like a jackass, as he should, but I'm telling you, man, one of these days, somebody is gonna tee off on one of these tragedy pimps, playing with people's families. That dude if you hear it in his voice, he had to be, I don't know what that guy was. He had to be family or something like that. At first, I thought it might be law enforcement, but they're not that like mad. That had to be like a close friend of the family. And Dolly is lucky that dude didn't fold him, man. Fold him. Could you imagine like your whole family is just learning like this little kid is passed away, and you got some asshole over here telling all these people, oh, there he is, first to see it, dirt. And then like, then you could see Dolly. He got mad nervous. Ain't no jokes. Ain't no tough guy shit. Straight hoe card pulled. Oh, my free speech. My free speech. He shit his pants. Old soft ass. Shit's crazy as hell. What up, Boston Nick? What's up, Mama Bear? I don't know what you were trying to tell me before. I went to your tag that you tagged me in. I went to the 42-minute mark, and I didn't know what the hell is going on. I wrote a comment, too. Misdemeanor. John's brother allowed, showed them where he was at. Yeah, man, that shit is nasty. What's up, Grace's Gavel's in the house? Yeah, if you guys mess around down below, I don't know what they're called. They're called rubies. A lot of creators don't have them set up or whatever, but it's like that shit on Facebook or TikTok, like stars or whatever. If you go down below, I don't know how you do it. If you mess around below, they'll give you like 50 rubies for free. I turned this option on like a couple weeks ago, and I never go live on my phone, but I had to come over here and laugh at old Dolly because I'm telling you, man, we're gonna see it. Look, it was 2 days into 2026, and we almost seen him get folded. And it comes at an interesting time, right? I see this video Lippy made, and I'm like, damn, this dude is crashing out, because I could have swore he just he just porn bombed himself. Who does that? He porn bombed himself for like about an hour, and then his old lady. I mean, I'm not here talking about nobody's old lady or nothing, but she made this post on X, and she tags at Team YouTube and says that, talking about elevated truth. But the post, if you look at it, she's trying to make it like her son randomly turned on YouTube, and there's elevated truth talking about dicks and soap. Well, lady, that just makes you look like a shitty mom. Like it's not a good week for the old Dolly Vision camp. But I mean, it is what it is, man. Hey, man, you gotta be careful out there running around trying to live stream every missing kid case and trying to get on to the hot topics. You know what I'm saying? It's wild, man. People should do that shit in their community, I think. You know what I'm saying? Like, cover a case in your community. It's wild to me to watch people like Pancakes. Andrew's a great example. And Dolly is too. These people will go like states away on a missing child case. States away. Like, what about the kids like right there in your home state? Like, where's the awareness on that? And it's all fraudulent, because on this video that Lippy put out, where you could hear the dude snapping on Dolly, the dude is talking about striking channels for showing its content. Bro, if you went out there to raise awareness on a missing kid, why would you strike channels who are sharing your shit, good or bad? It's wild. It's not about no awareness. That's a massive ego right there, right? But of course, I mean, he wasn't talking that tough to the dude that was talking about shut your bitch ass up. No, Dolly checked himself real quick. He must have felt like a straight asshole. You had to. How could you not? Straight asshole. Tragedy pimping 101 for sure. They act like they're going to search. Exactly. Man, if people cared, you would do that shit like in your... And I'm gonna keep it real with you guys, right? I was like brand new to like true crime community. I didn't even know who Gabby Petito was. I keep seeing this name all over the news. It's not too far from my house. So I would go out there and live stream and stuff. And like people, the numbers were crazy. Like insane numbers. I never even seen shit like that before. Like it was wild. People subscribing left and right, views out the ass. And it was an interesting case. It was local to us. We were super involved in it. But look, man, by seeing all that, right? By seeing all that versus like my regular stuff, I absolutely can see why people, I'm not saying that it's right, but I can see why people travel around and like do all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's wild, because your shit is going to blow up. But it's absolutely fraudulent because there's so many missing kids in each county, in each state, in each city, right? You can't just go live. I can't just go live on some missing child case in my city because nobody's going to watch. People want to see the big ones, the Summerwells, the Sebastians, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's wild, man. I'm telling you, we are going to see one of these trashy pimps get knocked out without a doubt. I don't know how it hasn't happened yet, man. Some of the shit that the Proudfoots went through, the Wells went through, getting people fired and shit. If that dude that ran down on Dolly, if that was my people, man, I would have folded that dude, and he wouldn't have done a fucking thing. He would have stuttered, talked about his free speech, cried a little bit, just like he did without anybody putting hands on him. Crazy as hell, man. These people are out of control with it. They don't want to do it in their area because people know who they are. That could be true too. What's up, Cluminati? PJ just wanting attention. I got no problem. Oh, she's going. Yeah, it's messed up what she said about like your husband. I mean, I can't believe she said that. And like seriously, like I wouldn't let her slide on that. Like she's talking about his beard and stuff. Like I just don't think that's right. Like it's messed up. I'm just absolutely stirring the pot because hopefully like Clue goes all the way in. But BJ got like 30 missing people a day. That bitch could not. She could fall asleep. She would never get out there and do it. You know what I'm saying? Dolly, listen, people. All I want to tell you is this, people. This is a very important fact. This is a very important fact of the matter. Dolly put his penis inside of BHB. And that's just like gross on like 50 different levels. He like indulges in pancakes. I mean, and there was no pushback behind it. It's very disgusting. I mean, there should be a public apology separately just for doing that, but we're not going to get one for the misinformation with the family. Okay, somebody figured it out. See the 2026 stuff? That's what I'm talking about. Clue, if you haven't done this, you got to go into your studios. You got to go into your Google AdSense, verify that it's you, that's not a robot, and people can do like the TikTok live shit, but you got to be on your mobile. You got to be on mobile live. Any creators. I just seen Clue, so I'm just talking about the Clue. Brandy wine, $10. What's happening, Brandy? What's going on? Clue's mom is in the house. Clue's mom. The real Cletus. I bet that didn't smell like pan. Oh, ooh. Could you imagine? That thing's got to be all sweaty and busted. You know what I'm saying? That dude hits. Listen, man. I've went through it with this dude Dolly before, and I'm gonna tell y'all like what it is, right? The dude Dolly, he's like going on 60. He's like a little short doofus. He's been on YouTube for a long time, right? And he got a little bit of attention. I'm not no hater. His channel grew from doing the true crime stuff, right? The problem is, it's not my opinion. There's a lot of women out there who have porked Dolly. Dolly not only porked pancakes, but he porked Sierra, the black girl. I've had her on panel. I have exposed screenshots, multiple of them, where he was hitting on the trans woman. Okay? The dude was like a square, and then YouTube gave him like a little bit of a boost in life. You could tell he wasn't getting no puss, right? But YouTube came around and he like got some pep in his step, and he started porking all the subscribers, right? But the thing is, like, we have these stories from these women. You can't get out of it. Like, you tried to deny Betty's pancakes, but now we have court documented receipts that you did pork BHB. You porked her. So that validates everybody, all the other victims, right? And you can't deny it. And it's gotta suck, honestly, for his old lady. Like here comes she, like she's like, she comes along like putting a ring on it. It's gotta be tough. It's gotta be tough. Shout out to my motherfucking loyal couples out there. Shout out to Cletus and Clue. I respect y'all. Y'all put the whole relationship on the internet just like me and Noel do. We're not porking the subs. We're not porking pancakes. We keep it. We give y'all the real. We give y'all the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because that's just what relationships are, right? You know what I'm saying? You got to be crazy porking subscribers. You got to be crazy. You have got to be crazy porking subscribers. They're going to tell it all. And they're going to exaggerate. You might only hit it once, and they're going to be on someone else's panel saying, White Boy was in the DMs like every single night, talking about I had that NyQuil. He couldn't get off of it. You know what I'm saying? You got to be crazy. You have to be crazy. But that should tell you like the type of dude, man. It's crazy. You have these people. Whenever I used to like review Dolly or whatever. Oh, at least he's out there searching. Yeah, I've done all that too. I'm saying I've done all that too. The fuck you talking about? Did you see her kitchen pictures? Disgusting. I don't know which one. So I saw a bunch of kitchen pictures. Oh, I'm glad that you said that. So I saw BHB with a t-shirt on talking about stop looking at my reindeers. BHB, you know that t-shirt should say pancakes first and foremost. Then I saw all types of shit with BJ. And the first thing I saw him on Brandy Wine's account. The first thing I'm thinking about is, wait a minute. This is the lady making the toilet jokes on Clue and Cletus? Like, bitch, you got nerve. Like, the worst meme that you tried to have Clue and Cletus eat and wear is like 10 times better than what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. Like, so she has to eat all those toilet memes. I told you guys a long time ago, put that shit on a shirt and sell it. It's out of control. But man, so we need to just cancel Dolly. People, let's just keep it real. He porked BHB, so he should be canceled just for. I mean, seriously, I'm at this point. Like, if you're gonna come in here and defend that, I'm gonna have to block you. Like you're like literally, he porked BHB. So I mean, and now like he's out there getting his hoe card pulled. I don't know if that was the dad, the brother, that dude. Shout out to that dude, because y'all put yourself in that man's shoes for 1 second. He saw this little weasel, this little rascal, right, saying he bets his left nut, he bets his left leg, me, pancakes, me. And then the guy is sitting there listening to all this, probably watching it on his phone, and he's like walking towards and in his head he's probably like, I'm gonna smash this little fucking twerp's neck. He's walking towards him, and then he's just like, dude, shut that fucking he's like, shut that fucking stream off, get out of here, you don't know what you're talking about. And then Dolly's rebuttal is, man, well, I get more views than the media. No, you don't. That's like fully retarded. No, you don't. Maybe one of your live streams gets more views than the media does. But you're not pushing videos like the media. They make videos Monday through Monday, all day, no break. It might get 200 views, maybe 500 views, maybe 20 views. But the amount of content that they push all fucking day, you can never whoop that. You can never whoop that. These true crime detectives, they make themselves look so retarded all the time. It's comical, really. It's comical. I was just really hoping that he got smashed. I'm telling you guys, I need to make a clip, right? For you guys that don't know this, I'm going to say this again. When I was out there in the Petito case, before I knew who Bullhorn Betty was, before I knew who Molly Golightly was. Yes, I hung around them. Yes, I knew them. No, I didn't pork anybody. None. Zero. But I didn't know who these people were. Jonathan, too. This dude, this military guy, ran down on Betty and Jonathan. This dude was swinging and everything on them, right? I wasn't there this time. I was heading there, but this dude was swinging and everything because he was just done with the traffic. I think he was like PTSD. He was like seeing like bombs and stuff. He didn't like pancakes, so he'd start swinging. But what I'm telling you is there's a couple different instances where specifically Molly Golightly, and it was all men, they would like stop the car, get out, and like get in her face. And I would be doing my thing, and I would see it. I'm like, whoa, dude, whoa, back up, dude, back up. You know, I had like run these dudes away. And then one time, this dude like jumped out on Molly and Noel. I was like, bro, you better get the fuck. I'm about to smash dude on live. And I ran all these dudes away. But what I'm telling you, man, is these people, nobody likes that shit, man. And you know, and I can't even like get mad at them. There's one thing about like recording the coverage and going live and showing stuff and being truthful so the media doesn't like curve it. But then there's like another whole like element to where you have Molly who's like going and doing the dumbest shit, like going and knocking on the door. Like, what are you doing? For what? Why? And then you have Betty, like, it's crazy. And Dolly ports Betty too, if you guys know that. But it's just out of control, really. I mean, Odin girl, what's happening? Yes, he ports Betty, yes. You still drinking horse cum all the time? Duh. Just had some. Vitamin C. That guy has a lot more restraint than I would have had. You ain't lying. You could tell, you could hear it in his voice, man. Dude wanted to tee off on Dolly. And Dolly's like an itty bitty dude. He's got to be like this big. Like, seriously. You could just like throw a knee. Like, put your bitch ass up. Throw a knee. You could like check his chin with your knees. But yeah, PJ, she's like, you know, it's comical. You guys think it's easy having like a significant other on the YouTube streets. I got respect for Cletus and Clue. I got respect for everybody who has every couple out there. But like, it's bad when like you got PJ like doing fake reports on Elevated, and then you got and then she's getting into it with Barbecue, talking about, I guess you want another lawsuit. I dare you. I bet you won't sue Barbecue. I bet that. How about I bet that? So it's looking bad, man. So he's been canceled specifically for porking BHB. I mean, why would he pork BHB? It's just, I mean, listen. I wouldn't pork BHB. Not even if I drank a whole bottle of Jack and Daniels, a few ecstasy pills. Like, she'd still have to pay me on top of that. And then I'd have to be like, all right, look, we have to sign a contract. You can't tell anybody. And turn around. Put your head, we have to put them pancakes somewhere. And I might just get paid by default because technically if I can't get erect, then it's your fault. And then it is what it is. No refunds either. But I mean, it's just, you know, this happened, people. This happened. And this happened, the porkage came actually when they were searching for Quentin Simon. So, I mean, just like today, when the family runs down on Dolly, let's keep it real. Like, how much awareness were they doing for Quentin? I mean, they were porking people. They were porking. So, I mean, like, it's all fake and fraudulent. Who cares whatever Dolly does or doesn't do, and how do you even know this? So, you get blocked. You get a timeout. You get a timeout. You get a timeout for ignorance. You get a timeout. You get a timeout. You get 30 minutes. You get a 30-minute timeout. You get 30 minutes for for just for not knowing the porkage happened. It's not my fault that I'm. So wait a minute. So wait a minute. So it's not my fault that you didn't know this information. You can't get mad at me because I'm reporting it. I get more views than the media, and so like you can't get mad at that. Which one, BHB or BJ? And you can't say no. Oh man, shit. I have to do one. Fuck. Wow. I don't know. At that point, I have to flip a quarter, and there had to be like there's just too much going on there. I'd have to have a couple bottles of Jack and Daniels, a couple ecstasy pills, probably a gun to my head, contracts, and if I had to choose, I'm flipping a quarter. And also, we have to stipulate that if I can't get hard, then it's all over. I get paid and everything. I get paid double, actually. Double. I would have to lean on. There might be a little edge to BJ only because she'd probably fall asleep. So there's a little advantage to that. I mean, a little. But now I'm thinking about the smell and everything else. It's just, I don't know if I could do this. There's cottage cheese. There's pancakes everywhere. I can't get jiggy with this shit. I just can't get jiggy with it. And then I have to deal with Noelle afterwards. It's just, that's like it's just happening. But yeah, man, you guys got to watch it on my community wall. Queen Bee has been reviewing it. I don't know if Queen Bee had somebody who was actually searching like for real. But if you watch the clip, it's on my community wall. It's by Lippy. By the way, Lippy, if you watch this, your content's getting very good lately. You've in my opinion, you've 100% stepped it up. And good job. But watch the clip. It'll save you time. Dolly tried to hide it like a motherfucker. He tried to hide it immediately. But what you'll see is he's out there. He's zooming in on this woman who, I guess, it ended up being the little boy's brother. He's saying, "Oh, there's a little boy. There's a little boy. I bet my left nut. I bet my leg. I do this. I do that." And then he says, "Let's follow them to the church." What a dick! Who does that? Leave the family. The family's going to the church. Come on, bro. That's not for YouTube, bro. Like, what the fuck is going on here? So, John Cena or Craig? Cena all day. I'd let Cena suck it proudly. He's buff. But so he does all this nonsense. Says he's going to the church. Then he's saying he's betting his leg and all this other shit. And then all of a sudden you hear dude snap on Buddy. He's like, "Stop streaming that shit. Fucking fake information. You shouldn't be going live if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about." And Buddy's mad. And you could really feel this dude. You could feel it, man, right? And then come to find out, I don't know, 10 minutes later, sadly and unfortunately, the little kid is announced deceased. So just imagine that. It had to be a family member, right? You're watching some asshole live on YouTube. Tell everybody that you're not even, you haven't even registered, you haven't even started to grieve yet. You're just like, oh my God, like the worst thing possible in this whole situation just happened. And then you look up, and you can vaguely hear in the distance this little twerp who porks pancakes talking about, "Oh, they found the kid." You're trying to register this grief. You're trying to you're with your family, you're at the church, and you just walk over there like you're about to smash something. That dude, listen, he handled it right. And then you have a nervous Dolly. Like, he's mad nervous. And that's what happens to them all. It's a great point, real fast. You should have seen how quiet JLR was after that dude was swinging on him. Betty too. And Molly, there's a if anyone goes back and watches those lives, which nobody will, but you should. If you ever go to those Gabby lives, every time like a dude got in her face, I have to run these people away from her, right? I don't know how much of an idiot she is, right? But at this point, I don't know yet. And she's just with me. She's with me, so everybody that I'm with has to be safe. No one's going to be out there getting yelled at, getting threatened and all this, right? And when it happened, I would run these dudes away, right? But the temperature comes way down, right? All the extra shit, reality hits in, and they're like, whoa, this is real life. We're in Florida, people carry here, it's nuts here. The Florida man memes and all that. Let me just take it down a notch. You know what I'm saying? And they don't get too far from White Boy. They don't move too far from White Boy. And you could listen. Even JLR, he said on an interview one time, he's like, White Boy's fucking crazy. Nah, I'm not crazy. I just have balls. Unlike you, Dolly, and the rest of you trashy pimps. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are just fake weirdos that all like pancakes. Behind Chili's pancakes, in Georgia pancakes. It's just gross. Sierra, what's happening? I was just talking about you. I will never let Dolly. I will never let Dolly deny you. I know about the sex you guys had. We had you on panel. He can never deny that. There's receipts on it. PJ hates that lady in my comments right now. Hates her. Doesn't ever want her on YouTube. It's not her fault that Dolly porked her. At least she's being real and says, hey, I porked Dolly. I porked him. It is what it is. You can't deny it. You can't change truth and reality. You can't do that. No problem, always. At any time they try to silence you, you could always come on the platform and tell your story. I know you still got the receipts. Dolly put his special warm syrup on. Yeah. I had sex with them too. Which ones? Who? With who? It's getting freaky in here. What's up, the glare? What's happening, bro? Did you see that shit? It's out of control, man, but it's real though, and I think we're gonna see somebody get their ass kicked real soon, man. And rightly so. And I don't want anybody to get hurt or anything like that, because listen, people, when that day comes, I don't really know what to say. I mean, just think about that, right? Put yourself in that man's shoes. His family, a little boy, is the police, the law enforcement probably just told him, right? And you have some asshole who's telling thousands of people other information. The restraint that man had, I salute him, because that couldn't have been Matt. But one day there's gonna be somebody who doesn't have that restraint, and they're gonna do something, man, and they're gonna snap. And these idiots, man, you guys all know it's gonna be true. Y'all know it's gonna happen. I don't want it to happen, but we all know it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, you need to stay in your own cities. Stop trying to make a career out of missing children. If you really cared about missing children, you'd cover them all. You'd cover the ones local to you and all that. I don't know, man. I can't tell anybody how to run their channels, but you got an ass kicking coming, man, and you guys know it. For real. Is that you? So yeah, man, that's just what it is. It is getting wild in here. I just want to come up here, update you guys, man, because we'll walk home together. I've got to see this in real life, I've got to see all this happen, man. And you know, it's weird because, look, let me talk about that for a second too. When the shit happened out there in the Petito case, now, never one time when I got in the middle of something was it something that I did. It was never nothing that me or my lady did, right? We're just out there like recording, chilling, right? But you have these assholes, I don't really know about them yet, and they're doing weird shit, and I have to like run these dudes away from like Molly and Betty and JLR. It was never my issue. It was never these guys weren't yelling at me. I had to go over and get in between them. Shit, one guy tried to hit, he got way too close to Noelle. Noelle was walking with Molly. The guy was mad at Molly, and he got way too close with his vehicle. That's you guys, Chunk? Huh? What's up? You guys are back? But yeah, that stuff was never my issue, man. But you know, I'm always gonna, if you're with me, we gotta be safe. We have to be safe. But you know, if I wasn't there, man, shit would have been different. I'm telling you. These people were pissed off, you know. I'm talking about pissed off these people were, you know. And it happened all over. One, you know, a couple times in front of the Laundrie's house. And then we went over there to Brian's sister in a completely different neighborhood, completely different city. Happened over there too. You know, I just would wonder what happened if I wasn't there. You know, especially in Florida. But it's wild, man. It's wild. They get what they got coming to them. It is what it is. They're hard-headed. Ain't nobody can tell them nothing because you're hating or whatever else anyhow. But we're all smarter than them anyhow. We don't do that dumb shit. And look, I'll end on this. We're damn sure smarter than them because we wouldn't fuck pancakes. And on that one, I'm out of here.